Hello everyone, my name is Rolf Trönde and I welcome you to ChangeCockpit Copilot Edition from November 2024. This is all about Copilot changes regarding ChangeCockpit and also will also be announced in the full ChangeCockpit edition. And I'm only announcing changes in ChangeCockpit which are running out this and the following month, meaning November and December. And just shortly after Ignite, I hope you have seen my Ignite update in 30 minutes, everything you need to know about news which were announced during Ignite. And now these are news about which is being features which are being rolled out this and the following month. First of all, we have deep dives. This year, it's only available live in Swiss German, but I also record it for you in English. These three deep dives are already available about backup and archive in M365, all around email security, and get in the loop. If you don't already have access to the recording, please talk to us and then we can give you the access. And then the next one will be at the 10th of December with MFA and phishing resistance. Then from the agenda, Microsoft there are 138 changes which will be announced in the full ChangeCockpit edition, which are rolling out in November and December. There are already lots in the backlog in the slides for December, January, and February because there are so many changes coming. And this month are 22 Copilot or regarding Copilot changes which are being rolled out. So let's start with them. First of all, Microsoft updated the Copilot for M365 icon. As we can see, it's the same icon, but there is a banner M365 in front of it. So this will change. Then Microsoft rolls out the first 3 agents. With agents, we are shifting from pure chat and response action in Copilot, which is Copilot. Basically, Copilot is ChatGPT integrated in the Office applications, which has access to your business data. That's quite the simple, quick explanation about what Copilot is. But now we are shifting to agents meaning we have virtual assistants, we have support, we have tasks which are being worked on even when we don't ask for it. So autonomous agents. The first of these is the facilitator in meetings and chat agents. That's a virtual person, as we can see here, a virtual meeting participant called Copilot, which will create real-time AI notes for you. You can also interact, you can mention this, you can chat to it, and it will and you can also co-author the AI notes which are being generated. It will also add tasks and assign tasks to people. So it's a virtual support assistant person during meetings. That's one possibility. The other one is the facilitator agents in chats. I'm talking about one-to-one chats and group chats. For new group chats, this will be automatically enabled, and in one-to-one chats, you need to add this or enable this in the header, and it will then create a summarization and identify tasks in the chats. For meetings, you will enable this when you create a new meeting. You will have to switch AI generated notes to enable the feature. So how does this look like? We see it here in this quick video. Copilot will be a participant. Then it will start to create your notes. You can co-author it, and it will then create follow-up tasks and ask questions like, hey, shall I track time for each bullet point in the agenda? Then you can click on yes, track please time for us. And then you have timer controls to control Copilot in here. So that's basically meeting facilitator agent, which will be rolled out for targeted users in the second half of November. Then we have the project manager agent. Project manager agent integrates into Planner. So to use this, you have to create a new project manager plan from scratch or from template, and then you will have you will be able to assign a planner task to Copilot, and this task will generate output in in the task window, you can then also go in and create a comment and say, hey, please change this, and it will change it for you. And there will also be a whiteboard tab available to convert sticky notes to tasks. And if you think, okay, we have Microsoft 365 Copilot license, but we don't want yet to use project manager agents. There are no admin controls available at the beginning. You need to open a support ticket with Planner Support if you decide to disable this at the beginning. So how does this look like? We see this in here. We have this agent, or we have these tasks. We assign this to the Copilot and move this task to draft with Copilot. It will then start producing for you. You just add a comment, make sure tone is professional. It will rewrite the output for you, and then this task is hopefully done. So that's basically the integration of a virtual person working in your planner boards. Then the third one is SharePoint agents, SharePoint Online Agents. It was formerly called Copilot in SharePoint. Now it's SharePoint Online Agents, or agents in SharePoint Online. Basically, you select your documents and or folders which you would like to have as input to this agent. Then you click on Create a Copilot Agent, and it will create a chatbot to work on with only the input or the selected information as input. So let's say you have the most current versions of your HR documents, you add it to this agent, and you can ask them, hey, how many vacations do I have regularly? Then it will, or some other questions which are HR related, and it will answer to you only with input based from the here selected, and therefore hopefully the most current versions of the documents. And it won't use a 10-year-old document which is somewhere where Copilot or BizTalk still has access, or BizChat still has access. So that's basically Copilot agent in SharePoint Online. You can also further edit it in Copilot Studio after creating it here in SharePoint Online, but this is the starting point. Then Copilot Pages is coming to Copilot without license, meaning if your users don't have a Microsoft 365 Copilot, they are able to sign in on copilot.microsoft.com, then with their Enter ID. By default, if you didn't disable it, enterprise data protection will apply to these users. That's the older version of this was commercial data protection. Then you will be redirected to microsoft365.com/copilot, and then you're in the protected chat environment. So that's some kind of, let's say, a ChatGPT replacement. And if your users are using this Copilot in there, they will now also be able to use Copilot Pages. So let's say you ask the questions, I need some data on LAX airports, and after Copilot is answering to you, you can click on Edit in Pages. It will create a new Copilot page, which you then enables you to share this with other users to collaborate on this answer. So you can use it as a starting point. Copilot Pages technically is nothing else than integrate in Loop, and is basically a Loop component. If you don't like this, then there is a policy available in Apps Admin Center, create and view loop files in Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. Then the next ones is that admins and users get now the possibility to pin the Copilot app in Teams and Outlook as well for Entra ID users, meaning also users without Microsoft 365 Copilot license. There is an admin control in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, pin Microsoft Copilot to the navigation bar, and then it will show up in here. And what's quite funny is the side note. So let's say you are still, I don't hope you are still there, especially if you use Microsoft 365 Copilot on semi-annual channel office, because semi-annual channel will never be supported with Microsoft 365 Copilot. Only current version and monthly enterprise is supported in there. But they note during the rollout, the Microsoft Copilot app will temporarily be available for semi-annual channel users. So This basically means it could be available there, but Microsoft doesn't want to have it there. So let's say you see the Copilot app in your semi-annual channel Outlook Classic, then don't be happy about, oh, Microsoft changed their mind. No, it's only a temporary problem. So then agents and plugins will now be in one central location inside the Copilot application. That's in the right-hand side in Copilot. All extensions can be found in here. And if you would like to control if web content search is enabled or disabled from a user perspective, then you will find this in the three-dot menu, and you have the web content toggle in here. Then you have the new option to save a prompt in BizChat. So you prompted something nice and think, oh, nice, I need to save this prompt somewhere. Just click on the bookmark icon to save it, and later you can reuse it, especially from Copilot Lab in saved prompts. Same thing, but with sharing, you think, hey, my colleague needs to try this prompt for themselves. Then you just click on the share with link, and they will be able to use the same prompt from their perspective. So they don't get your results, they get their results, but they use the same prompt as input. Then we have web mode in Teams and Outlook. Till now, only if you go to the copilot.microsoft.com and sign in with your Copilot license, or only with EDP, now with a Copilot license, then you will have the web and work toggle on top of it, or also in Microsoft 365 app, you have the web and work toggle. This toggle isn't yet available in Teams or Outlook Copilot integration, but it will be after this rollout. So we will be also able to toggle between work and web directly from Outlook or Teams. Then if you are using Adoption Community in Viva Engage, this was rolled out in last August, then this will be expanded, or you will get the new features called suggested content. There you will be able to publish new content regarding Copilot features, best practices, and news from Microsoft for your Copilot adoption community. Microsoft has several places to enhance adoption, like Copilot dashboard. Then you will have in Viva Pulse, you have pulses about Copilot adoption, and this is one of these features based on Viva Engage, called the Copilot Adoption Community. So your first adoption users, your pilot users, or later all users which are going through adoptions, if you think about using Viva Engage, then you have this dedicated adoption community type. Then Copilot will be able to get information inside or from Viva Engage content. As you can see here, when Copilot references this in the footnote, you will also see the Viva Engage icon. And first of all, this is limited to question posts from public communities, answers and storylines. And then later at the beginning, I think this will also be announced here in ChangeCockpit again. When this will roll out at the beginning of 2025, this will be extended also to posts from public community storylines and private communities. So then you can use all types of information from Viva Engage, or to ask Copilot about Engage information. The Copilot is declarative agents, or also called extensions, can now also be used in Word and PowerPoint web version. I'm not talking about the install version, only the web online version. If you click on the Copilot icon and then click on the hamburger menu, then you will have all these declarative agents to start from there. OneNote will get a new floating Copilot button that's not available at the moment. It's only the Copilot chat, which you can use in OneNote directly. Then you will get this floating button, and you can use summarize, create a task list, and rewrite page directly from this floating button, as you're used to, let's say, from Word. And this list will also be extended in the future. Then OneNote will be, or the Copilot chat in OneNote will be available in OneNote for Mac desktops and iPads. And you need one of these versions for Mac or iPad. That's the lowest version to use this feature. Copilot inference and evaluation, that's a new policy. With Copilot inference and evaluation, admins can configure that Copilot can no longer provide answers to personal and especially emotional questions and make conclusions about emotional states of people. So let's say you ask Copilot in a meeting, how is Serena feeling about this meeting? Then till now you will get an answer, but if you enable this policy, inference policy, then Copilot will tell you, I can't answer that, you asked policy. So if you would like to enable this, then you need to use Graph Explorer and add this graph call to enable the Copilot inference and evaluation policy. Copilot Studio also gets some updates. First of all, the triggering of a topic for an agent or for Copilot. This was previously done using natural language-based approach. This can now be done using a GPT. So you will get the GPT integration there as a generative action. So you can change your triggers there, or your triggers will be also use this GPT based input. And another one for Copilot Studio, the application lifecycle management. All plugins in Copilot Studio will by default be saved in a solution in Power Platform, and this makes it, let's say, portable. It makes it possible to introduce the lifecycle management, because when it's stored in a solution, you can move it between the different environments if you're using multiple environments for lifecycle management. Then usage reports will get updates. That's the first change here. The business chat web. I'm talking about the web-based chat. If you go to copilotmicrosoft.com or in the Copilot app in the Microsoft 365 application, this will be added to the active users metric in the usage reports, Microsoft 365 Copilot in any app. So if these numbers go up a little bit, then this could be in coincidence with this rollout. Another one is usage report for Copilot with enterprise data protection. So also if you are using Copilot without the Microsoft 365 license, then you have this new report. We see here the two report types, Microsoft 365 Copilot, and we see the report Microsoft Copilot. That's the enterprise data protection, so the free version which your users have access to if you didn't disable enterprise data protection, then you will see this active user counts also in this report. Users are able, if you didn't disable it, to self-service purchase a Copilot license. That was announced, I think, last month, back in October or even in September. And now this self-service purchase will also now further be extended with the user license, or it will be integrated to the user license request. So a user will be able to request a Copilot license. If a global license or a user admin logs into Admin Center, they will get the notification, hey, 3 pending license requests. And if you go to licenses requests, they will see all the license requests. And in this example here, we see one Microsoft 365 Copilot license request, which you could then solve by assigning a license or even deny it. Then last but not least, DLP, data loss prevention, will be extended regarding Microsoft 365 Copilot and sensitivity labels. You will be able to create a new DLP rule. So we will apply the policy, or using the apply the policy to a specific sensitivity label. And then the new action is exclude content from processing in Copilot. Therefore, meaning if you are using, in this example, highly confidential / merger and acquisition sensitivity label documents, Copilot won't use this labeled documents as input when you ask questions. That's now the UI option, because I think already 2 months ago I announced that this will be available using PowerShell. You already can enable using set label PowerShell and exclude a specific sensitivity label from processing by Copilot. can already do this by PowerShell. So that's it for this month regarding Microsoft 365 Copilot. The next Copilot edition, I always publish them at the same date when also the full Change Cockpit happens, will be on December 18. If you think, hey, I need to see the full version, as then each company has one free demo available, and it's regularly in English from 3 to 5 Central European time on the next time on December 18. If you understand Swiss German, there is also the Swiss German version in the morning from 9:30 till 11:30. So feedback is always welcome. If you would like to see the full Change Cockpit edition, just talk to me at rolf@changecockpit.ch or go to changecockpit.cloud and sign up for free demo. That's it for this month. Thanks for watching till here, and I hope you learned something, and see you next month, and goodbye.